Welcome back, everyone, to the Madden NFL 25 Denver Broncos rebuild. We're still in year one. We are through 6 weeks and 6 games, and we're in week 7 with a 1-5 record, dead last in the AFC West and dead last in the entire AFC. But 3 other teams currently have a 1-5 record, including the Steelers, the Browns, and the Colts, one of whom we've already lost to a couple weeks ago. The defense has been terrible this year. They rank 32nd last in opponent points per game at 32.5. And we're also the worst pass defense, despite having a star corner in Pat Surtain. Nobody else has stepped up, and because of that, we have the worst defense. The rushing game has also been one of the worst across the entire NFL. 31st right now, averaging at about 66 yards a game. Passing-wise, though, with Bo Nix, we've actually had a bright spot there. Bo Nix has played better these last couple of weeks. He has thrown less interceptions, although he still has to clean things up, but he's thrown less than his first couple of games. And team morale is extremely low. We got -4 right now, and we are probably 1 game away from learning his development trait, because I don't know what it is right now. I've not looked at the rookie quarterback dev traits that were already revealed by other people. But this year, at least, he's thrown 12 touchdowns, 10 INTs, most of which came in those first 3 weeks. These last 3 he's been much, much better. Hoping for more of the same, at least passing-wise, with this offense going forward. We get to face the Saints here in week 7, and I'm curious how they've done this year. They're currently 2-4, kind of as expected, but they have a better overall, both on offense and defense, than we do, and they've also been a pretty decent passing team. They're top 10, but their defense also not quite as bad as ours, so we have another tough game here. I think every game is going to be tough for us going forward, given how our defense has started this season, and that's why we're going to focus on some college player scouting. Once we get beyond week 8 and the trade deadline, we'll see the first couple of prospects that we have up to probably hopefully 60-70%, and then we'll go from there. But first, we got to go to a Thursday night primetime game here at the Caesars Superdome. We go on the road looking for our first win of the season since week 3. We've lost 3 straight games, all of them in pretty disappointing fashion. Last game especially, we gave up a last-second field goal drive to Herbert and the Chargers. Can we get back in the win column here in New Orleans? We're going to jump a quarter into this game, leading 7-6 after a couple of field goal drives by the Saints. Here's Samaje Perine breaking off a tackle, and just his second run, but it goes for 8 yards. We have seen the run game obviously struggle with Javonte Williams getting hurt back in, I think, the end of that week 1 game against Seattle, and of course, if the game was any good, then they would have the updated IR rules, but we have to wait a week or 2 before he can come back. They have 3 players out, including Chase Young and Robert Woods in this game. But it's 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. And as I mentioned earlier in the series, Perine is going to be tackled inches short. Anyways, though, as I was saying, I did mention that once we get beyond year 1, I do plan to probably watch a full game per episode and probably sim 1 or 2 per episode next year. We'll see how things go, but for now, I'm going to jump into a couple of games per episode. Here comes the Derek Carr Saints offense. Kamara, the tailback. Carr back to throw, pressure in his face. It's dumped underneath. 6-yard gain. Carr hands it to Kamara, outside run, and he's wrapped up for a loss of 1. By Zach Allen. Great tackle right there by the right end. Now it's 3rd and medium. Defense stack in the box here. We're showing blitz. Kamara goes out wide. Pressure coming early, and Carr just has to throw it away. A fantastic punt by the Saints has pinned us inside our own 5. We're going to throw it. Nix completes it to Sutton, who breaks a tackle. but then it gets stopped by his own teammates. And he could have had a first down. Is he shaken up on the play? No. If Cortland Sutton is also hurt like Williams, then this offense is in even worse shape than these first 6 games. It's 3rd down and 2, trying to keep this drive alive. We're going to throw it. Nix, caught. Play fake on 2nd down and caught for a big gain across the 50. That is Troy Franklin. The former Oregon Ducks link up, and finally, I guess, well, it's with the injury to Sutton, but Franklin finally sees the field for the first time that we've seen here in his rookie season, and he gets a big gain. We'll find out his depth chart in probably a couple of weeks too, as Nix is pressured and had no chance. That's Pete Werner with the sack. It's a loss of 8. It comes to a 3rd and long. Pressure immediately gets to Nix. The offensive line just completely collapsed. It is pretty clear to me that the interior of the offensive line, specifically our left guard and center, have got to be either improved or completely replaced before next year, because if we're going to allow this much pressure up the middle on our quarterback, then that will also be bad for the run game too. I mean, if we can't pass block for like a second, then we probably can't run the ball too well either up the middle. But we go to the second half as Nix has his pass batted away, intended for Greg Dulcich. And it's 2nd and 10 as the Broncos still lead at 7-6. 4-man rush. Here's Troutman. He lost it. He just got hammered and scooped up. And he is gone. Come on, man. He finally had a good drive going, and then Troutman comes in as the backup and just gets completely leveled. We're actually having a pretty solid defensive performance, too. That's not going to help him out. He also missed a 2-point conversion, but now the Saints lead 12-7. Pretty strange scoreline. Hand off to P. Ryan, swallowed up almost immediately. Comes to a 3rd and 10. Nix feeling the pressure, and he is hit as he threw it. They go 3 and out. Here come the Saints, taking over at their 27-yard line. Carr's back to throw and has it batted away by Cody Barton. And the pistol, they'll keep it through the air. It's caught for a first down. Up to the 40. Motion here on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Kamara. A nice patient run. He picks up 7 more. We have yet to see Olave get involved here, as they're going to dump it off for Kamara. It's going to be a loss of 2. Looking for a 3rd down conversion. Carr has a lot of time to throw, but pressure finally gets home. And he goes down for a 10-yard loss. We've already got at least 3 sacks here in this game. 2 from Zach Allen, 1 from Jonathan Cooper. We start on the ground here. It's McLaughlin finding room for a first. Denver into plus territory here. Nix will keep it on the read option. He's got room to run. The defense finally catches up 25 yards later. He's got like 84, 85 speed starting out, so you know that this guy can run the ball if he keeps it. That's got to be a part of our game plan going forward. Under 5 to play in the quarter. Play action. Nix hit as he threw it out of the back of the end zone. There is a lot of pressure being created so far in this game by this defensive front here in New Orleans, as P. Ryan can't hang on. On 3rd and 10, Nix loads it up and it's batted away, intended for Reynolds. Here comes Will Lutz for the field goal kick from about 38 yards away. That one's up and good, but the Saints still hold on to a lead. We head to the 4th quarter. Broncos still trail by 2. They have the ball in plus territory. There's Dulcich for a first down. At the 28, Nix back to throw, caught by McLaughlin. 6-yard pickup. Nix's pass is near. No, it is picked off. How'd he get to that? Paulson Adebo, right when you thought we had a good drive going. Once again, we turn the ball over. Just a good play, I guess. I thought that was going to be incomplete. But the outstretched arms in front of Marvin Mims get to it first. We flip fields for some reason. The Saints take over, though, at the 22. Play fake on first down and caught. There's Olave finally showing up here at probably the worst possible time for our defense. The ball is dumped underneath. First down inside the 40-yard line. Kamara goes out wide on 1st and 10. Carr's got time to throw. It's caught! Touchdown, Taysom Hill! The Saints take a 2-score lead here in the 4th quarter. They take advantage of the Bo Nix science-y. Just a complete lapse in coverage by Caden Stearns. We have outgained the Saints by a pretty good amount, but the points are not showing up on the board here. A couple of turnovers in plus territory have obviously been contributors to that. We trail by 9. If we don't score here, the game's probably over. So got to put points on the board. Hopefully a touchdown on this drive. Nix facing pressure, throws it away. He looks, he throws, it is caught! Sutton's back in the game and gone! Touchdown, Broncos! Right back in it. Like a 50-some yard touchdown. That is a great throw and a great route run. It's been a fairly polarizing rookie year so far, I think, at least here in the first half for Bo Nix. A couple of picks, but a couple of flashes of greatness, I think, with throws like that. Here's Kamara over the middle, picking up about 15 yards on a first down. Derek Carr now 20 for 30 passing. Up to just under 250 passing yards through the air. We still, again, we have outgained them by about 100 yards. Carr's pass caught in traffic. That is a big first down. At the 41, Carr's back to throw again. Good protection by his offensive line. He'll slide after a 5-yard gain. He'll keep it through the air and underneath. He's got his tight end for a first down. Pre-snap motion from Kamara. Carr and the flat finds Taysom Hill turning the corner. That will get Derek Carr over 300 passing yards. This defense has to hold here on this drive. You got to hold these guys to a field goal. A touchdown will pretty much cement a loss. Kamara breaks through. It takes like 5 defenders to bring him down. It's been a pass-heavy offense for the Saints here in Week 7, but it's been working out for him. Kamara once again goes out wide. The pass is picked off by Cody Barton. And Kamara has to bring him down at the 5. With Derek Carr quarterback, you know that you always have a chance if you're on defense. Here's our chance to walk this game off here at the Caesars Superdome. You got to drive at least like 60 some yards to get in field goal range. Here's Payton picking up 5 on the first play from scrimmage. Got one more play before the warning. Nix will throw it. He escapes pressure and just has to get rid of it. We got one more. I think I fixed it. Out of the warning. First down for the Saints. Nix lost it. That's a fumble that he recovers himself. That was almost a game-ending turnover. An 8-yard loss. Gotta just throw that one away next time, man. Back to throw again. Underneath and caught. 3rd and 11 coming up. The Broncos burn their first. It's 4-down territory the rest of the game. Nix rifles one to Surtain. He's tackled shy of the sticks by Demario Davis. And they're showing pressure here, but it backs off on 4th and short. Payton has room to run. He's got the first down. We got one timeout left. 60 seconds to play. Outside, Dulcich out of bounds. Got to get about 20 more yards for field goal range for Will Lutz. Nix slings it, cross body and caught. McLaughlin out of bounds. Just shy of the 50. I guess he wasn't actually out of bounds. So we are out of timeouts now. Just under 50 seconds left to go. Just get us like 10, 15 yards closer. We're going backwards. On 2nd down, Nix has good protection, but Dulcich unable to hang on. We've only had 4 3rd down conversions all day long. Looking for our 5th to keep our hopes alive. Nix can't get rid of it. Jefferson's 3rd sack. It's 4th and forever. 5-man rush. Nix heaves it. Caught, but he's short by just a hair. There's a penalty against the defense. Unnecessary roughness. And the Saints or the Broncos have it at the 26-yard line. Paulson Adebo with a costly penalty. They're going to ice Will Lutz. It's going to be a 43-yard kick. Lutz up and through the uprights. It's up and good. Denver leads by 1. Against his former team, Will Lutz might have just won this game off that penalty. Last chance for New Orleans. Carr loads it up. It is broken up, and time runs out for the Saints. The Broncos earn their 2nd win here in year 1. The Saints will not be happy with how that game ended, but we got nearly 400 yards of offense. Bo Nix, 301 passing yards. Carr also gets over 300. Both quarterbacks throw a pick. Bo Nix took 2 sacks here in this game. We definitely sacked Derek Carr more than 0 times. We had like 5 sacks in total. I'm pretty sure. We had a couple from Allen. We had a couple from Jonathan Cooper, Baron Browning, and DJ Jones. Yeah, that's 5 total sacks. We did allow, though, 3 to Quentin Jefferson. That's got to get better. So those numbers were not accurate on the quarterback sacks, but on the ground, Payton actually had easily our best day in terms of average of the entire season. McLaughlin also heavily involved at 6.4 per carry, and Bo Nix had that 125-yard gain. Good stuff right there. Surtain had another monster day, that big 56-yard touchdown pass. The 2nd time he's linked up for a long touchdown from Bo Nix so far in this season. And Olave, 87. Hill had the big 38-yard touchdown score, but we got the win. We're now 2-5 on the year. That is what I'm talking about. Now we got the Panthers next in Week 8, but I'm thinking about potentially making a trade for Dameon Pierce, who is currently on the trade block. We still are not able to bring Williams back off IR. I'm not sure when this will actually happen for us, maybe next week. But if not next week, I really don't know when, because we put him on there at the end of Week 1 when he got initially injured. And now we're in Week 8. So hopefully Week 9 is the day to bring him back. But the reason why I think Pierce is going to be a target for trade here is because, well, hold on. Before, Williams had no interest. Now it's actually pretty high. I gotta see what changed. I think it's because now he's no longer hurt. He's now gonna be the projected starter. It's kind of strange how that changes if somebody gets hurt, but you might want to come back actually. And if we can improve our record in these next couple of weeks, you might have even more interest. So you might actually not have to make a trade for Dameon Pierce here. And for his numbers so far in his career, they haven't been great. They've gone down every single season. Obviously, he missed most of 2022 with an injury, but otherwise has played a lot, has not really racked up touchdowns, and so far this year, before he got hurt, he wasn't very good. But I think it's because of the offensive line. We have a defensive line breakout chance for Zach Allen coming off that 2-sack performance. He is a starter, so I'm going to ask for probably an above-average performance in this next game against the Panthers, who don't really have the greatest offensive line, obviously. He'll need 3 tackles for loss for a div upgrade. Okay, that's pretty doable, I think. Now we've got our scouting national focus, and the top couple of guys are tackles. Am I leaning towards tackle? I'm not so sure. I'm thinking about potentially trying to re-sign Garrett Bowles for 1 more year and trying to avoid a rookie tackle at least in year 2, but we'll see how things go. But I still want to get those top guys scouted, because if they're great tackles, how can you pass one up to protect our young quarterback? So we're going to make that our primary focus here nationally. Now, given how bad our pass defense has been this year and the lack of interest from Levi Wallace, I think he's going to be one of our top options to trade away here in Week 8 after a game against the Panthers. I would like to bring Cody Barton back, but he does not look like he wants to return. Garrett Bowles does want to come back. We could still bring in a tackle and just sit him for the first year, because apparently in this game, you'll get XP at the end of the year if a guy does not start his first year. I'm not really sure how that works exactly. I think Caden Stearns also is a trade option, but he's not really going to garner much interest, I think, from other teams. So I think Wallace is probably our best bet. Perhaps Tim Patrick, who's now 30 years old and has been moved below Franklin on our depth charts. I think those are the top 2 guys to probably ship out of here. And we do find out that Bo Nix has a star dev trait, so the lowest possible for hidden development, but you know what? I'll take it over normal. We go to the 4th quarter against Carolina. Another low-scoring game here, trailing by 6. So we're going to get the first down on 3rd and 7. That's Samaje Perine with the big first down conversion. Only 1 touchdown for us so far in this game. I think 1 for Carolina as well. So not a whole lot of offense being played. This one's caught over the middle. That is Marvin Mims. We're looking for back-to-back victories here. About midway through the season, that's a tough grab in traffic by Mims. Back-to-back grabs for him. We're back at Mile High, by the way. Hand off to Perine. He's dropped for a loss of 3. Nice play by Jewell. Another 3rd down. Nix escapes pressure. Dulcich tackled a yard short of the first down, and the offense will stay out there. I love the call. We're not going to settle for a field goal just yet. Perine the back. He'll get the carry and the first down. From the 11. Little stretch give. Pirine breaks a tackle and fights his way in for a touchdown. The game is tied. The PAT is up next. What a strong run. He broke like 3 tackles. The point after will put the Broncos in front for the first time in this game. A 10-play drive. Bryce Young and the Panthers set up shop just outside of the 40. Here's Jonathan Brooks on the handoff. Just his 9th carry of the ball game so far. He and Pirine have very similar games, yardage-wise. Young's pass is caught in the flats. Good wrap up there by Wallace. That sets up 3rd down. Carolina needs 3 yards. Young's pass caught for a first and much more inside the 40. Brooks on the carry, finds a crease. Another 1st down. Well, they're already in field goal range. Caught over the middle, it's Thielen up to the 7. Back to throw again, quick one, caught. It's going to be a 1-yard gain. They'll hand it off right up the middle, and Brooks finds the end zone. A big response by the Panthers offense. And now we're trailing by even more. Gotta go down the field again and retake the lead here, late at Mile High. They're going to go for 2 to make it a 7-point game, and Young completes the pass, but he's not going to get in. Baron Browning keeps him out of the end zone. But look at that. Courtland Sutton currently leads the NFL in receiving yards at 646. That's a pretty good average through 7 weeks. Under 4 to play. All 3 timeouts for Denver. Can next lead another comeback drive. He throws it away here on 1st down. Back to throw again. Quick hitter caught by Sutton. On 3rd down, Nix drops back and finds Dulcich. He almost lost forward progress there. From the 38, 4-man rush, pass caught. It's Franklin breaking one loose. The current and former teammates link up for a huge game-leading score. Across the right over the heart of the field. Nix puts it on the money. We've got to get Franklin more playing time. The drive's not over. Trying to go up by 3. We hand it off, but Pirine is swallowed up easily and gets nothing. Carolina starts from their 41. Young underneath and caught by Uzama and traffic. They're approaching the warning, and they will not get the snap off in time. Can our defense hold strong on this last drive? Young sails the pass. On 3rd down, pressure coming, it's picked up. Young is going to take off. And 4th down, it's coming up. Tackle made by Baron Browning once again. This could win the game for Denver or keep it alive for Carolina. It's backed away by Cody Barton. 90 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And the Panthers fail to convert on 4th down. 1 first down should do it here. We're across midfield. It's a fullback dive. We get nothing. Pirine the back. He'll get the handoff, but Panthers defense ready for it. They have 1 timeout left. Huge third down right here. They could still have a chance if we fail to convert. Nix will throw it, but he has to throw it away due to pressure. The punt is away, and it goes out of bounds inside the 10. Fantastic punt. The Panthers have to go about 60 yards like we did against the Saints to get a field goal range to walk this game off. They have one timeout left because of the incompletion. This one is caught over the middle by Thielen. They're going to save their timeouts. 3-man rush. Young over the middle and caught. Tackled at the 34. They use their final timeouts. You got Surtain top of the screen. Just make a tackle inbounds. That one's batted away. 2nd and 10. We're not bringing pressure. It's incomplete for Thielen. 35 seconds left. You need 10 yards for a first down. Young over the middle and caught. That is a huge conversion. They're about 5 yards away from field goal range. Young sacked by Browning. And they don't have time to get a playoff. The game is over. I've lost my voice. The Broncos win back-to-back games by a single point. And we're 3-5. Let's go. So Bo Nix to Troy Franklin was the game-winning touchdown. We have got to bump this guy up to our third receiver because he has shown some big playability. I still want to work on the catching traffic and stuff, so we're going to target the slot archetype once again. Meanwhile, apparently Zach Allen fails to break out. That's too bad. Oh boy, we just suffered a major injury, which will immediately put Franklin into our top 3 without having to make a move on our depth charts. Josh Reynolds fractured his elbow. He's done for the season. Are you kidding me? That's now 3 players, including Drew Sanders and Uwazurike, out for the rest of the year. We're going to have to put Josh Reynolds on the IR. I was kind of wondering where he was. It's probably why Franklin got so much playing time late in that ball game. He's done. Broken elbow. For some reason, Khalil Shakir is not rostered despite being 24 years old, only 2 years into his career. We'll bring him in as the number 5 guy and bump Dorsett back to 6. As I said, though, Levi Wallace is going to be a trade target to get rid of for us. Gotta find a team that wants to take him on. He's probably worth like a 6th-round pick, to be honest with you. Not really looking for a player to get back. Unfortunately, it's all the offers that we get. I'm just going to go after like a 6th-round pick from somebody here. Or maybe a 5th, because they're offering a player plus a 6. So I'll go for a 5th-round pick from a team that needs a corner desperately. Falcons could use Wallace as their number 3 corner over Jason Verrett. So we'll try and give him to them for their 5th-round pick here in the 2025 drafts. And what do they say? They will accept. There's our first trade made here in this series, just trying to get us an extra 5th-round pick here in this next draft. That does give us... We were missing a 5th-round pick in our next draft, so this will get us one back. In his place, we are going to be signing Chukwuma Okorafor as our backup left tackle, because we don't currently have one behind Garrett Bowles. That trade will also give Chris Abrams-Drain plenty of playing time as our number 3 corner the rest of the way, so we can see more of him on defense, which would be good to get these young guys some more playing time and less veterans playing on a bad football team. How can we still not return Javonte Williams from IR? It's been 8 weeks since he was taken off. What more will it take? Is he just going to be stuck? Okay, well, I guess we can, but according to this injury report, we can't. They have a lot of things to fix here, man. But Williams will come off IR. Upgrade point for Abrams drain. I think I want to target zone here just to make him well-rounded. But last time we did that, we got like +3 man coverage, which was the opposite of my intent, but that's not bad. We're going to miss Courtland Sutton here against the Ravens in Week 9, but he's been great this year. It's going to be tough to miss him against a team like Baltimore who has a fantastic defense, at least on paper. I mean, you can pretty much go after anything with him, so we're just going to go after the deep threat archetype. Our win streak is broken by the Ravens, taking us down 26-20. They get closer to 500. We fall to 3-6. Only 93 passing yards for Lamar Jackson, 157 for Bo Nix. Pretty poor day, at least through the air for both teams. On the ground, though, Derrick Henry absolutely tore us a new one. 8.4 average, 1 touchdown. Lamar runs 1 in. Javonte Williams in his return, only 3 per carry. We have got to get a new center because that is definitely causing us problems up the middle. And receiving, Troy Franklin leads the game with 38 yards. What happened here? I have no idea. But at least he got 1 more touchdown from his rookie quarterback. Aguilar hauls 1 in from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens take this one. On defense, 2 more sacks for Baron Browning. Is he going to break out once again? It looks like he is going to have another chance. We're going to go with another kind of hopeful optimism goal for him in this next week against the Chiefs. Quite a matchup coming up for us. If he gets 7 tackles and 2 TFLs, he will go up to, I want to say he's at a star right now, so he could go up to superstar. We go late in the game against the Chiefs at Arrowhead, and we are on track to upset the 5-3 Chiefs. This is a very impressive showing here. We lead 21-9, and we're driving. 1st and 10 from their 21-yard line. Here's Bo Nix back to pass. It's caught. Dulcich turns upfield and picks up 15. If we score here, we're going to win this game, I think, unless we completely collapse. Nix finds Williams. Our first time seeing him out there since Week 1 against Seattle. And now we're going empty. Franklin, top of your screen. Sutton towards the bottom. Nix trying to take off. The ball comes loose. Somebody make a tackle. No. That's exactly what can't happen. A turnover in the red zone. I guess I spoke too soon about taking a big lead here. Mahomes, incomplete. Cody Barton, a huge hit on Pacheco. It jars the ball loose. Had a great day from Bo Nix right until that fumble. He had no turnovers. But now there's still a chance. Mahomes zips it, and it's a first down. If we allow a touchdown on this drive, I do not have a good feeling. Pacheco trying to bounce outside. Just his 6th run. We're last in takeaways. Are you serious? That does not bode well. We have none so far today off of this Chiefs offense. And why would we? They're a fantastic offense. But have not put the ball in the end zone in this game yet. There's Travis Kelce. From the 43, there's a hole opening up for Pacheco. Caden Stearns brings him down. but after a big gain. Under 5.5 to play. Pressure comes off the blind side, but Pacheco picks up another first down, this time through the air. It is not looking good for our defense here. Brown in motion on 1st and 10. Mahomes somehow got it complete. That is Worthy with that catch in traffic, and now it's 1st and goal. Can our defense put up like a goal line stand perhaps and keep these guys out of the end zone for the first time in this one? Clean pocket. Mahomes taking off, and nobody steps up. All right, the offense has to score. I did not jump in just to see us choke this game away. We have exactly 100 more yards than the Chiefs and a 5-point lead. They need a stop and a touchdown to win this game in comeback fashion. We lose 2 on the first play off the Marvin Mims carry. 2nd down and 12. We're going to hand it off. Williams has some room. Can't break a tackle, but he will pick up 9. A crucial 3rd down for the Chiefs defense. We're chewing some clock here. Nix will hand it off, and that's a first down for Javonte Williams. 2 more first downs should do it. But it's not going to be easy against Chris Jones. 1st and 10, back to throw. Nix underneath. This is Mims with 8. Out of the warning, Williams gets the inside zone handoff, and the Chiefs have to burn their first timeout. Gonna keep it on the ground. There's a hole opening up. Williams up to the 30-yard line. Now we're in field goal range. Just protect the football. Run it every single time until you can kneel the ball out. Williams breaks 1 tackle and picks up 5 more. They're out of timeouts. A first down wins the game. The handoff up the middle. The run is stuffed. It's a loss of 1. As a player is shaken up for this Chiefs defensive front. In the gun on 3rd down. Screen set up. Williams has room and the first down. He breaks a tackle and is inside the 5, but the game can be knelt out. Javonte Williams. Just his 2nd game off of IR. And he will run us to a victory here on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs. That is 3 wins in 4 weeks. The Broncos are looking a whole lot better on both sides of the ball. 21-16 is your final score. What a win. Despite the fumble earlier, the defense did not help us out early, but the offense comes through in the final couple of minutes. This team is showing some signs of life here. A really good day through the air for Bo Nix. 322, 2 touchdowns, no INTs. 30 for 32 passing. I mean, that's definitely his best game so far this year. Mahomes does not throw a touchdown, but he does run one in. We do not pick him off. Williams, though, had his best game so far this year. 95 yards on 20 attempts. Mahomes took off 7 times. We had a fullback dive for a touchdown, I guess. Also fumbled the ball once, but Cortland Sutton continues to tear up secondaries, and he will probably stay in front of the rest of the league for receiving yards. The 95 here in this game. 73 through the air for Williams, so a really big day in terms of total yardage. Dulcich falls in 1 touchdown. And on defense, we had no sacks. The Chiefs had 2. And I highly doubt that Browning broke out here in this one. Well, apparently he did enough to inspire the defensive coordinator, so he does get XP at least. And I think I want to keep hammering the power moves home for him. We'll go with Power Rusher here for Baron Browning. He's up to a 79 overall. He gets no power moves here with this upgrade point, but still got some good things across the board. He's only 25 years old, and he's already having a pretty nice season. Definitely a breakout year at 9.5 sacks, about halfway through it. Still plenty of games left to play. Very happy with him. And mock draft 2, the Rams still hold on to the first overall pick. But we are now at 13 after being at pick 2 from mock draft 1. So a pretty big shift there. We are mocked to select tight end Mike Allen out of Notre Dame. I doubt we go tight ends in the first round. Let's take a look at these top 10 or so prospects. We have about half or so of them beyond 50% scouted, starting with Tyrell Donnell, a top 5 projection. He is a power left tackle. I think he was the guy that's mocked to go first overall. He's got really good strength, solid speed. He's got some agility to him, but not a whole lot. And he just seems like a really well-rounded pass blocker, run blocker, finesse, power, just all the above. And he's got a pretty low or pretty high injury rating, which is good for any player. So he's probably going to go first overall, but if he doesn't, and he somehow falls to wherever we end up picking, he could be the guy to go after, because Garrett Bowles is going to retire within like 1 or 2 years, especially this could be a need for us if you don't even bring Bowles back. Then you've got Darryl Ross just behind him, but he's more of a round 2 to 3 talent according to our scouts at 95%. He's really agile, really just really agile and quick. Does not have good strength though, and that he lacks a lot of power and stamina. Plus, he has a really low injury rating. That's definitely a concern for a guy that is going to hopefully be playing most, if not all, of the season at one of the most important positions on the offense. At 3, we've got left outside linebacker, speed rusher Daniel Woodyard, who has some really solid acceleration, really good speed, at least solid strength, really good athlete overall. He's got probably really high finesse moves given that he's a speed rusher. Coverage definitely is not going to be a strong suit of his, and the injury rating is also pretty damn low at D. But B awareness is pretty good starting out for most players. Gotta wait about him to see if those block shedding moves are going to be better, because the power moves are not going to be good, so he's probably just kind of a one-trick pony. We'll see about him. But with Baron Browning playing so well here, I'm not sure pass rusher is going to be a need for us, at least in the first round. You've got right tackle Romeo Money here, also a top 5 projection with good acceleration, agility, speed, strength. He's also going to lack some power, but it's better run block power and pass block than the other tackle. I think that was Darryl Ross. A awareness, speed run block, solid run block finesse, pass block finesse should really be higher given that he's a top 5 pick. So we'll see about him. I'm not really a fan of these tackles besides Tyrell Donnell. And then at 5, we've only got Mike Holiday at 30% here. It's still worth taking a look though. He's a power rusher, great strength, great speed. Does not really have much agility to his game. We just don't know a lot about him, but he at least has C blocks, which is pretty solid for a defensive end that's going to be more of a power rushing player. Got a quarterback in the top 10 as well in George Rhodes out of UNC. But quarterback, after these last couple of games, definitely not going to be a concern for us going forward with how well Bo Nix has been playing. So we can probably just skip over this guy. We don't know a lot about Travis Page either. And he's got good to solid speed, great strength. Does have A finesse moves at least as a speed rusher. That's good to know. And B pursuit is pretty solid as well. Good to get that early rating for him. At left tackle, we have another player, a power blocker in Jason Beckham. He also went to Notre Dame. He's got really good strength, at least good strength. Speed, not so much. And yeah, he definitely lacks run block finesse and stamina. Pass block finesse, not terrible. Injury, pretty solid. But we are, I believe, an agile team, at least in terms of our scheme. Now, will that change? It's possible. At 9, we've got a receiver, Eddie Watford. Who knows if we go with a receiver here in this draft? Probably won't in the first round, but could be a target for us in rounds 2 or 3 if there are good options. He's got really good agility, acceleration and change of direction, and good to great speed. A spec catch, B run block, C medium routes. So it's more of kind of a big playmaker. He'll make some crazy catches for you. He comes out of Oregon as well, so another Oregon Duck that might go early in the draft. And then at number 10, you currently have Mike Clark, a hybrid safety with A-man coverage and C tackle. Really solid overall profile in terms of the athletic skills. And C Playrec 2 is a pretty good starting place. Only at 30% though. He's got a round 1 projection. We have plenty more players scouted pretty well. They're all tackles and linebackers. So we'll go through more of these guys next episode as we approach the end of the season. But we are here in week 11, I believe, facing against the Falcons. We come in at 4-6. They're 6-4. We're going to end the episode here. Pretty good stuff, I think, especially for the offense. Couple of really nice plays for Bo Nix and for Troy Franklin and for Courtland Sutton, who continues to lead the league in receiving yards. And we're still second overall in passing yards per game. The defense, though, despite bringing their numbers down, have still not gotten above dead last in both points allowed and passing yards allowed per game. So that's got to improve. But Courtland Sutton, can't complain. Bo Nix, first place in passing yards. Browning has climbed back up to first place for sacks on the year. So a couple of players are really giving us some hope here for the future. That will do it here in this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, leave your feedback down below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.